Hi, here's a lesson on people. What do you do with people who don't know how to keep their mouth shut because they have a stress mechanism? And they feel like it's their duty to tell people when they're under stress about personal things that are prayed out loud and during prayer time or in personal information that should not have been talked to a person behind your back, but they went to them because they thought they were trying to help them and they felt like they had to warn them when really it caused more damage than it caused good. Well, the only thing I can tell you is you just stop talking to them about anything like that because they can't keep their mouth shut because they have a mental disability or disorder and they don't know how to keep their mouth shut, so they go around spreading things around and gossiping instead of, because when you go and help somebody and you're trying to help somebody and you do that, you kind of violate that person's trust and confidence. And when you by doing that, you just exacerbate the problem, meaning make it worse. Because see, I'm trying to help him. I'm not trying to put him in the hospital. But I was really trying to help this dude to avoid him from going in. In his mind, he's convinced now that he doesn't need any medication. And how I know that you called him last Sunday is because you ran pretty much into the laundry room with the cordless phone. I saw you go in there. And I knew you were talking to him because he told me all the contents about your conversation. I didn't drill it out of him. I just asked him, and he just told me a few times, what it was. And he got real angry and cussed me out. He told me everything you said about what I said. It wasn't just praying for that you loved him. That was part of it. But 5 minutes, you can say a lot of stuff in 5 minutes. And there's a lot more than I just love you and I'm praying for you, because that would have been only like 15, 20 seconds. But you also told him about writing a letter to his payee. And you also told him about him calling Social Security and making amends there, which I've already suggested to him, which is what I said during prayer time, which you did not beat me to the punch because I already did it. And I still went through and called social services because this person gave me permission to do that, to find out about his caseworker named Edward, who works for community services. They're sort of like, you all deal with community services for your medication and for your kids who are famous, the insurance, and that's who you deal with for those benefits. Well, the same thing is for this individual. He deals with that. He deals with the community services side of social services for those things, because that's what they do. It's just so important that if you know something, not to say something. If you're a woman or a guy and you got a mental condition, you need to learn to keep your mouth shut. And if you got stressed and you got to tell everybody's business to those people who you're talking about, which isn't really intrinsically bad, someone's saying something about prayers and it's personal, then you keep it there. You don't go and call that person and tell them what that person said. When it's supposed to be kept in confidence, it's supposed to be prayer. So basically what you did, you don't like gossiping, but basically in a way that's what you did when you opened up your big fat mouth and called him last Sunday. And then you didn't even have the guts to say I was sorry for doing what you did when you shouldn't have done it in the first place. So I forgot, you're controlling. You got a lot of pride issues, so therefore you're never going to say you're sorry, because controlling people never do. And then you wonder why you don't have any friends. Well, this is why. Because when you do things like that, nobody wants to be a friend with somebody that goes behind their back and blabs business that should have never been uttered, because it wasn't your business to go tell that business, because it was supposed to be kept in confidence. But since you got a mental condition, I'm still going to be your friend, but I'm just not going to tell you nothing anymore of a counseling nature, because I can't trust you anymore. So therefore, nothing will be said, just like I don't tell you anything about my businesses. I just say I got a job, and we'll be like that with counseling too when it comes to other people, like Robbie and Joy and other things. I just won't tell you anything about that anymore. So that will kind of keep you from running your mouth, because you won't have nothing to run from me, because I won't have anything to tell you. And whatever I decide, I'll just do and just keep it in my notes, and I'll take care of it and make the actions as I go along. And it'll be kept confidential, and I won't say nothing to you about it anymore, and I won't pray about it there. I'll just pray about it here at home when it comes to things of that nature, or I'll just say something general about Robbie, but I won't go into the details about it. So, I'll solve that issue, Slick. And see, because I can't trust you. You violate that trust, so I don't think I could ever tell you anything anymore again, except general stuff. And that's why a lot of your friends are starting to pick up on that, because you've probably done that to Kathy too, and that's why she don't do much with you. She's friendly with you, but she doesn't do as much as she used to do with you, because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut. And it's the same way, with other people that you may have become friends with. If you go and you tell them what they said and they know that other person, they're going to call that person and they're going to get upset. And they may not even talk to you, and you wonder, like, well, I wonder why nobody wants to be my friend, or why I can't keep friends, or why I'm losing friends. Or, well, that's why. Remember what I said, when you go and run your mouth about things and gossip and say things that you shouldn't have said, when you did that, that's how you lose friends, because you violated their trust and you violated their confidentiality. Okay, when we do prayer time at your house, that stuff's supposed to stay there. That's not where you get on the phone and call somebody that you know if it's about them and tell them what I said, or vice versa. It'd be just like me if I went around telling everything about your personal businesses, about your children, and about your underwear size, and airing all your problems and your family issues to everybody, which I don't do, but that's basically what you're doing to me, and you got to stop doing that, because you wouldn't like it if I did that, which I would never do, because I'm not that way. But you need to learn to keep your mouth shut. And if you want to have friends, you got to keep your mouth shut. Because when they tell you things, that's a test to see how you are as a person. I see whether you're going to go call somebody up or not. Because I know you do that. Okay. You just couldn't wait after prayer time to go run and call Robbie last Sunday. I mean, you literally ran in that kitchen and ran into the laundry room to make it so I couldn't hear you. But I knew that's what you were doing, so believe me, the gig is up. You're not as smart as you look. And I knew what you were up to, because you thought you had to help them, okay? But it really wasn't helpful. And I want to let you know that, so you need to stop. But don't worry, that's not going to happen again, because I'm not going to tell you nothing anymore. Just tell you general stuff, and that's it. Okay? All right. So I hope you learn from this and stop doing it. Otherwise, you might have to get some more medication to maybe help you with that, so you'll stop it. Because maybe there's some medication they can give you to help you to stop that behavior. And maybe you could take something that makes you so you don't have to go and run and tell everybody's business. Because it seems like you do that to a lot of people. All right. Take care. Shalom. I hope you learn from this.